Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be looking at two different assisted opening pocket knives. So at the top we have the Kershaw Analyst, I believe that's what it's called. And at the bottom we have a knife that my friend purchased at our local sporting goods store. And all I know is that the brand name is Wartech, but I'm not sure of the model number of this knife. So maybe if I find it online, I'll go ahead and put it at the bottom right here. So if you guys are interested, you can find it on Amazon or at your local sporting goods store. But we're gonna go ahead and start off first with the Kershaw Analyst. So this is the Kershaw Analyst. I'm not really sure when this model came out. I believe 2022 or maybe earlier this year. It is a open assist knife. Has a little bit of jimping up here on the flipper tab. It opens up pretty smooth. Nothing, not too bad. The blade steel on this one is ATR 13 MOV. It is a Tonto shape blade, and this one is partially serrated, as you can see. This is my friend's knife, it's not mine. So he's obviously done some some damage, but some sharpening to the blade itself. Uh, I want to say G10, but maybe not G10 handles. I'm not sure what this material is really called, unless it is G10, and I'm just messing up. But it's pretty comfortable in the hands. You don't really feel this pocket clip whenever you're holding it at the palm of your hands, which is very good. um, yeah, it's a pretty comfortable grip. I like this little section right here because you can put your thumb right there and get a good aggressive, handle when you're using a knife this way. There's also some jimping up here, but it's not very aggressive and it doesn't really grab your thumb that well. My finger tends to slide off most of the time, so I just put my thumb here when I'm using this knife to, do this type of cutting motion. It is a deep carry pocket clip. Hey guys, post editing made to blade here. Real quick, I wanted to add something about this knife. It is completely ambidextrous. So this pocket clip is tip up, tip down, left or right hand carry, as you can see. I just wanted to go ahead and add that detail to the video. So yeah, completely ambidextrous, the Kershaw Analyst with recessed screws, which is pretty nice. I think this knife costs around what, 25, $30 depending on where you get it. Um, Lanyard hole right there for people who like putting lanyards on their pocket knives. And when it comes to assisted knives, I recommend using two hands, but if you want to use one hand, you can, as you just saw. Just because, if your thumb slips off of it, it could, recoil and open back up, or I don't know. Assisted knives is what I started with, and I tend to not buy them anymore just because I'm afraid that the spring can just, open and then you can get cut. But there's a quick look at the Kershaw Analyst. Moving on to this one, we have this Wartech. Now, Wartech is known to be a very low end brand from what I've gathered and researched. So, both of these are made in China, but this one feels like you can tell it's a Chinese made pocket knife. More like a gas station model, if that's what you want to call it. But I think it's a pretty cool knife. This one, unlike the Kershaw, has thumb studs, which when it comes to assisted knives, I don't really like using thumb studs just because the action is very like powerful when it springs out, when it flips out. So I just usually tend to stick to the flipper. But looking at the design of this one, it's black and gray. It has a rear bottle opener with a, I want to say like a flathead screwdriver or a glass breaker. It's more of a glass breaker than it is a screwdriver. Um, the pocket clip is very small, It's not very large at all. It fits well in the pocket, but it's pretty small. And the screws are not, um, they're not flat. They're not, you know, they don't go all the way down in the scale. They pop up a little bit. But let's go ahead and get this thing open. This one being a smaller knife, obviously it's going to have a much smaller blade. Also a Tanto shaped blade. The steel on this one is going to be 3CR13, which again, another very budget steel. But if you're not going to use your knife for very, heavy cutting, in my opinion, you don't need the best steel out there. You just need something to get the job done. And that's the main similarity between the Kershaw and the Wartech, is these knives are just going to get the job done if you're just looking for a budget knife and you don't really care about steel. This one, Ergonomics, is still pretty comfortable. I can get a full 4-finger grip on it. No jimping on this one on the spine, so you can just rest your thumb up here, your finger up here. Not bad. For some reason, I feel like this one, maybe because it's a little bit wider, suits my hand better than the Kershaw. But let me see. Yeah, the Kershaw feels a lot more slim. I mean, you can obviously tell. This one's like a little bit of a chunk, and this one's more like a slim. I prefer the feel of this one over this one, but that's just me. I'm gonna go ahead and check the weight on these guys right now. And let's start off with the Kershaw. See how much this weighs. The Kershaw's coming in at 6.77 ounces. The Wartech is coming in at 8.11 ounces. Now, the main difference is that the Wartech is completely made of steel. There's no plastic, no, fancy type of materials. It's 100% steel. So that's going to weigh a little bit more. And then the Kershaw, again, I'm not sure what the material of these handles are. It weighs a little bit less. But if weight is a big factor to you, I would recommend the Kershaw over the Wartech. But again, that's up to you. Looking at both of these knives, I don't know, you tell me. Personally, this is my personal decision. As much as I love the lighter weight of the Kershaw, I would just take the Wartech because this one feels, I want to say, a little bit more solidly built than the Kershaw. But then again, Kershaw is more of a reputable name brand compared to Wartech, which I rarely ever hear about Wartech knives. So I don't know. Take that as you will. That's a quick look at two assisted opening knives. Again, I would try to leave the name of this model on the screen once more. I've been feeling a little bit under the weather, so I haven't been uploading that much. And even right now, it's kind of hard for me to talk. But I appreciate you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season, whether or not you celebrate Christmas. Nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Have a wonderful rest of your day.